Yo, what's up guys? ZXRR here again with another build video, and today I got a very special build video because this build video consists of Striker. I've been grinding my ass off. I've been like, I don't even know how many hours I've already sunk into Warlords in New York and Gear 2.0, but I'm here to bring you this build right here. Um, Now, some of you might be saying it's a little too early for a build, but I believe this build is almost finished already. Um, there might be a couple things I need to swap and change, but right now this is exactly how I wanted it and exactly how it is. Um, as you can see, 1.1 million armor, 93.6k on the garage. This is the new submachine gun. It's a named weapon. It has perfectly vindictive, but I don't use perfectly vindictive. I kind of just have it. It's my best SMG. The overall stats are pretty good. 12% SMG damage, 19% critical hit chance, and 10% magazine size. That gives me 57 magazine. And as you all know, you get the 15% rate of fire, which gives me over 1000 RPM on this weapon. My secondary is not too important. It's just a CTAR with killer, and they're the attributes there. I don't really use this ever. It's kind of just sitting there to fill in the gap. Moving on, we got our first piece of Striker. As you can see, Striker 2-piece bonus is 15% weapon handling, and the 3-piece bonus is 15% rate of fire. And the 4-piece is Striker's Gamble. Weapon hits amplify total weapon damage by 0.5%, stacking up to 50 times. 1 stack is lost each second, and 3 stacks is lost every time you miss. My core attribute is 137k armor, 7.6 hazard protection, and 7% critical hit damage. The only thing I would change is I would get the armor up and the critical hit damage up. Hazard protection doesn't really mean anything to me. Moving on to the chest piece, we have the Striker's chest piece. Again, 132k armor is my core, 6.8% critical hit damage and 4% critical hit chance. I would really like to get more damage. This is not the best chest piece I could have gotten. I am running the chest piece for Press the Advantage. Increases max stacks for Striker's Gamble from 50 to 100. I like to get as many stacks as I can, so as much damage as I can possibly pull out of this build. 50 just doesn't seem like enough, and especially when you get 100 in PvE or PvP, you do start melting a lot. Moving on, we have our holster here. We have 130k armor as the core attribute and 2900 armor regeneration. I would probably change the armor regeneration here. So the build is not perfect yet, but the Gear 2.0 kind of just came out, and I thought I'd just get this build out as quick as possible to you people. Moving on to our knee pads, we have the core attribute as 14.6 weapon damage and the attribute as 6.9 skill damage. Obviously, I would change the skill damage here. And getting into our gear, which is almost perfect. It's almost exactly how I want it. We have the MBC gloves. These are new gloves in the loot system. They have 10% critical hit chance active. My core attribute is 15% weapon damage. My attributes are 9.5% hazard protection and 6% critical hit chance. This is obviously almost God roll. It's so close to God roll. And the same with this backpack. This backpack is very close to God roll too. This is the Circle of Concern, as everybody knows. 10% critical hit damage, 15% weapon damage, 20% repair skills, 12% weapon handling, and 7% critical hit damage. Nothing I would really change here. I do run the backpack for this specific talent, which goes in tandem with a couple of things that I have. So right now it is companion. While you are within 5 meters of any ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%. This is really good in group or even solo play. Especially you'll see my skills, what I run for my skills, and that will kind of make sense. So we'll get right into the skills. I'm using the ballistic shield from the new specialist, the flamethrower. I actually forget its proper name. I think it's just a flamethrower. I'm using this because it as you can see, it also provides a buff to the user and allies behind the shield, which boosts damage based upon the amount of enemies in front of the shield. And using this shield also goes in tandem with companion. So they work well together, from what I've seen so far. The mods I have on it are 2.9% shield health, 2.9% shield health, and 4% damage bonus per enemy. So that's for every enemy that is in front of me. I do need better mods here. They are only level 30s, these two here. So I could get a little bit more health. I'm then using the Reviver Hive, 5.2 revived armor, 4% recharge, and 2.8% duration. I like this revived armor because when you're revived, you get armor and you no longer get immunity from being picked up by the Reviver Hive. If I was in PvP, I would definitely use something else. I'm not sure what I would use. It just depends really on how I feel. As you can see, I'm using the firewall. I think, is it the firewall? Yeah, it's the firewall. I got 1.1 million armor, and the thing to know is about armor that I want to let everyone know. If you haven't made a proper build yet, if you're still getting gear, 1.1 million armor sounds like a lot. It really does. It sounds like so much, but it's not. It's quite low, actually. It's not low to where you instantly die, but it's a little squishy. I would say 1.4 million armor would be quite a comfortable range. Once I get everything God roll, that's where I should be sitting, somewhere around there. But with the shield, it's okay. It's not like crazy bad. I'm running just a fragmentation grenade, and if you really want to look at my watch, I've got a little bit upgraded here, as you can see. Shade level 15. I really like this. This is really nice. I like to know that I'm kind of grinding towards something. It lets me grind a little more, as you can see from my build. Anyways, so let's test the damage out real quick. So this is without the shield. And you see, one mag's a boss pretty easy, pretty quickly. And this is without striker stacks too. Striker stacks do not work in the shooting range. I will try and get a clip of me killing an NPC with full stacks. If I can't, I apologize, but I will definitely try my hardest to do that. So this is with the shield, with companion and the damage of the shield active. As you can see, a little bit more damage, not too much more, but any damage kind of helps. The CTAR doesn't really do too much. As you can see, the CTAR doesn't really do too much. So yeah, with actual stacks, I don't know why the stacks aren't working for my main gun here. As you can see, they're not actually proccing. But yeah, I'll try and get a clip in of me, getting some stacks with it. So you can see, because once you get your stacks up to 100, it is pretty deadly. It does a lot of damage. I've been clearing landmarks pretty easily, farming pretty easily here. But yeah, I will leave you with the clip of me hopefully killing a couple of NPCs with good stacks. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next video. Yeah, peace.